We'll start off with a bit of subliminal, as always. Well, you never know, do you? One day. So, hello again. So this could be my craziest idea ever. This might be as ridiculous as anything I've ever done or tried, almost. I say almost because there might be one or two things I've done a bit more ridiculous. But anyway, I digress already. So, the idea is, first let me explain it. All the ideas I keep coming up with are all centered around several certain objectives and goals. One of those objectives and goals is to get all the debts paid off, pay all the investors back, all the rest of it. Although I've been talking about bankruptcy and everything else, but who wants to go bankrupt? I don't. No one wants to go bankrupt. And you could, not if you can avoid it, you know what I mean? So, excuse me, so you've got the investors, you've got all the customers, you've got all the people that are owed money, you've got all the people that are owed for advance orders, you've got all the investors, you've got all the people that are owed points, and so on. It is an absolute mess and a nightmare. And it can only be sorted out now, you know, with the loss of staff and everything else, it can only be sorted out now with a mega load of money in order to pay to get everything all sorted and lovely jobblies again. Which, as we all know, is like trying to reach for the stars, isn't it? But everything I do, every idea I come up with, is to do with the goal and the objective of, you know, getting business going, earning some money, getting an income, sorting out all of the debts, put everybody in all of the debts, trying to get some kind of semblance on what I'm going to do for the future, try and build up again, and so on. And yes, it did, you know, I did something miraculous. For myself, it was miraculous by turning that penny into, you know, over £1 million of a stock. I mean, that was great, but do I really want to do all that again? I'm 57 now, and I've been ill for quite a long time. So I've got fight in me. It's not I ain't got any fight. I have got some fight left, and that's what I'm doing now. I mean, in a way, this is me giving up, but in a way, it's still fighting. You know, because it's a mad idea, this. But you might like it, some of you. Some of you'll just enjoy ripping the arse out of it. But anyway, where was I? Digressing. So, whatever I do, it's going to come with its own labours, its own work, its own agenda, its own whatever I've got to do. I've got to set this up, set that up, you know, bit subliminal. teespring.com/no288. The shares on Facebook and organising that, and now that being torn to shreds because all the posts that everybody's been sharing being deleted, and, you know, coming up with one idea after another, doing the crowdfunder, and having that taken away from us and destroyed, and, you know, some of the things unavoidably get destroyed, and some of the things other people have got involved with getting destroyed, and, you know, some of the things I've mucked up with and got destroyed, and a lot of destruction. No matter who done it, a lot of destruction. And I just see insurmountable impossibilities everywhere I look. But I still don't want to give up. I don't want to take the Bright House way out. I don't want to take the Debenhams way out. I really don't. I really, really don't. But so much money has got to be found that it's going to be extremely difficult and virtually impossible to keep it all going. And so I was having a little figure out with some figures, one thing and another. And as I've always banged on about, my entire if you like, existence for the last 20 years, or just near enough, 18 years, just been trying to get the house back that Fran lost. So, you know, everything I've done is towards hopefully being able to get an house bought and paid for. Anyway, so I factored that in. I factor in that 400,000 is probably enough to get a house very similar to this. And I factor in that, you know, if you add up all the debts, all the investments, every debt I've got, every loan, everything to do with the business and everything, right? If you add it all up, it's somewhere in the region, probably horrifyingly, of about $250,000, maybe 300,000, if you add everything up together. Maybe I'll get some change out of that, but I'll budget that. So you have about 700,000 there, and then, you know, there's people that help. There's people that have helped greatly. There's people that need a little bit of a payoff. There's people like Kelly and Logan that, you know, they need at least 10 grand payoff. There's people that have helped us, and the same. So I need to factor in some of that, and I need to factor in some of what might also make this work. So, and also the commissions. So I factor in an even million. Ridiculous, you might say. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I factor in an even million. So then I think, okay, would it be possible? Probably is, but would it be possible to do 40,000 tickets at 25 quid each? To find 40,000 people that will pay 25 quid each, that will be sort of really difficult, but I know some people will spend more than 25 quid each. So I think it might be possible, you know. So what I thought of doing was this, and I don't expect to have it work within the first time, so it's going to need repeating again and again and again. So, you know, I'm not thinking that I'm going to be able to come up with this idea and have it work in like 6 weeks or 8 weeks. It might take a year to accomplish the goal of what I'm talking about doing. But let's see if you get the gist. So I'm talking about putting up a crowdfunder somewhere. Talking about putting up a crowdfunder somewhere, and I'm talking about charging 25 quid for a thank you card. And hello, I'm just doing a video. I got one. I've got one. Bit of subliminal. So I'm talking about charging 25 quid for a thank you card. Attached to that thank you card will be an old-fashioned raffle ticket. And so if we don't reach the target will be set at $1 million. If we don't reach the target, which we won't, you know, pick yourself up off the floor from laughing. I know we won't reach the target. But it will be set to only give me the money if we reach the target, knowing full well that we won't reach the target. What this will give us is this will show us how many people are actually interested immediately by the time the crowdfunder finishes. And of course, because we won't have reached the target, then everybody will either instantly get their money back if they've had to pay for it, because some crowdfunders you pay for it there and then, and some of them you just pledge the money and then they take it off you at the end. So if it's one of those, it obviously won't take it off you. And if it's one of them that takes the money up front, then it will refund you because it won't give it to us because we won't have reached the target. So then I'll reset the crowdfunder. Let you all know. By this time, we will have attracted fresh blood because there will have been shares going on. There will have been, all the people that are still involved and still helping will be sharing and trying to help and trying to get this going. And so the crowdfunder will go up. Now I probably expect first time round it might raise a couple of 3 or 4 grand, maybe more, I don't know. However, the next time round I expect it to nearly double, and the next time round I expect it to nearly double again. Now the proof of the pudding in me being completely wrong will be if we do it again and we do it again and the amount of money it's raising is going down, not up. That means people are getting less and less and less interested. What I'm hoping for is that you all get more and more and more interested as the time goes on, because it's, you know, we didn't reach the target or it got took down, so we put it up again there or somewhere else. It didn't reach the target or it got took down, so we put it up again somewhere else. The idea being to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going until enough people have been attracted on board to follow this, that when you put it up somewhere, so we'll put it up somewhere and there's enough people on board, bang, it's sold within, all of it sold within 24, 48 hours before anybody's had a chance to cause us any problems or take it down. Do you see? So just working for the same thing over and over and over and over again. Now that, in a way, might sound a bit boring and ridiculous too, but you know, it's no more ridiculous than me coming up with fresh ideas and fresh ideas and fresh ideas, and sometimes coming up with good ones and sometimes making myself look a pillock. Time for a bit of subliminal. However, if we sell 100 the first time round, and the second time round we sell 150, and the third time round we sell 300, and so on, it just keeps growing. And I think it will keep growing simply because we'll set every single one to not give us the money unless it reaches its target. If and when it reaches its target, it then releases the money to me. Now then I can give, so then once it's released the money to me, we'll have a do, we'll have a big do, and anybody that has bought 5 or more, because there'll be one at 25 quid and there'll be one at 125 quid for 5, anybody that's bought one of the 125 quid ones will get an automatic invite to the do. We'll have a do there, and we'll invite coin tubers and stuff like that, and we'll do a live draw, live on YouTube and Facebook, there and then at the do with everybody there, live draw on which one of the free raffle tickets that nobody's paid for, by the way. It's just totally free. It's just what I'm going to stick on the back of the thank you card that you'll get for buying whatever you bought, and we'll do a live draw on those free little cloakroom tickets. We'll do in the on the day, on the do. So that's the plan, right? Then the winner will get the Great British Coin Hunt. We'll have the site back up and running, but they can have their choice of that or something else. But they will get the Great British Coin Hunt, and they'll get all my stock, right? Not only that, but I've also factored in that whoever gets this will also get enough money, and I've factored in 20 grand to pay some wages for somebody for a year or 18 months, depending on how much you're paying them, to help the winner sort out and organise and build up their business, so that they've got a paid member of staff from day one that they can pay, and it's not affecting their day-to-day business, right? So you've got that, and then also you'll get another 10,000 towards some premises if you want premises, or maybe towards converting the garage or whatever, so that you've got somewhere to put all of the stock that I'm going to be sending you, which will be a shed load, and we will include it in a video at a later date. So that's what the winner will get. The winner will get everything that I've got, and we will work towards doing that. The money that comes in will enable me to pay off every single debt, every single investor, every single customer that I owe money to. And I won't have to do the work, as essentially, of everything that needs doing until I get the money. I can do work ongoing, but then it's no stress for me. I'm not under any pressures. I will just do what I can do as I go along. In the meantime, as a team, for those of us that are wanting to carry on and are left, for those of us that are there, the team of everybody that's involved will each have their own little roles to play, and they will run those roles to the best of their ability, and we will all work as a team towards the sole goal of selling all of the crowdfunding pledges stroke rewards to get the million. And then when we run out of time and it hasn't raised a million, it closes down, it gives everybody their money back, and then we do another one, and then we try and beat the last one, beat the last total, and beat the last total, and beat the last total, until the day comes where we've attracted that much support and that many people, and we've done it over and over and over and over again, that we can actually list it and sell all of it. And you'll all know within a few months whether or not this idea is going to take shape or take hold. Quite simply because you want the second crowdfunder to raise more than the first, and the third one to raise more than the second, and the fourth one to raise more than the third. That's what we all want. So we'll know within a few months whether or not this has a chance of working, or whether or not it's going to fall flat on its face. I'm hoping it has a chance of working. I see that it has a possibility, but we just got to see how it goes. It will include everything. It will include, all the pennies, the 2p's, all sorted out into years, and stuff that isn't sorted out into years, and stuff that I never got round to sorting out. It'll include the 5s, the 10s, it'll include all the bitches and bobses, all the countries, all the old money. It will include loads of stuff that hasn't even been touched or sorted out. It'll include all the stamps that I've got, it'll include all the prints that I've got, it'll include everything, all of the stock, everything. The first day covers, the individual stamps, and all of this will save me putting together parcel after parcel, trying to do this deal or that deal or whatever. We're just going to put the whole lot together for one person. How about that? One person can have the lot. And in the meantime, I can spend the time getting a lot of it ready for that one person, and organising and sorting out one thing and another. So that is the semblance of my idea. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be letting you know really soon as and when I start this. But that is the total idea. There you go. Thank you.